So if you're a woman and you're on HRT and you're feeling better, but you're wondering, is it necessary for you still to do other things to address menopause, perimenopause in a holistic way? Or are you good now? Can you just go? Had a lot of women ask me about this, and considering I work in Eastern medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, my whole approach is holistic, helping you look at your body, your life as an ecosystem, helping you just actually understand. I'm basically a translator for your symptoms, helping you understand what they mean and then what you can do about them. So a lot of women, a lot of the information that we have out there right now around midlife and menopause is focusing on hormone replacement therapy or menopause hormone therapy. And it can be helpful, particularly, I know if you're a woman who's had debilitating symptoms and you're taking now on a hormone and you're like, oh my God, I feel so much better. That's great. But it's really important to continue to look at, why were you feeling so crappy in the first place? What were your symptoms and what do they mean? And then to support your body in healing, getting back to balance, even with hormone support. So I'm going to walk you through a few of the top reasons and that I see that I think you should be approaching things from a holistic view, and why it matters, and how it's not only going to help you perhaps have your hormones work even better, because I work with women who are on hormones, but they're like, I still have these symptoms, and or want to get off them. And there's tons of women who just choose not to go on them, and or they can't. And so this will be also helpful for them. But if you're on, this is specifically for you beautiful women who are on a hormone replacement therapy and want to know what else you can do and why it's important. So first and foremost, it doesn't address the root cause of the imbalance. So it's working on supporting your body with extra hormones to bring back a relief, or to bring a hormone level out up if it's declined, if it's depleted. But it's not looking at the root of, why are your hormones out of balance? I just need to say, we are going to have a shift in hormones around midlife and menopause. We do not want them to stay the same as when we were menstruating. We're not supposed to. It's kind of like saying you're a child, you're going through puberty, and we'll give you stuff so you can stay a child and not become a menstruating adult. We go through menopause to conserve energy. It's our body saying, hey, we're going to stop using all these resources and we're going to prioritize longevity. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of resources to create this cycle every month, including building up a lining, developing an egg, shedding through our menstrual cycle. So it's really important to know that this is a normal way that the body's going to preserve and conserve energy long term. So we don't want them to go back. We're going to have a natural decrease in hormones that happens through menopause. But if we're getting really strong symptoms and we have a very strong imbalance, then we're going to want to address that. And HRT or MHT, it doesn't necessarily address the root of it. So I kind of use this analogy of a bucket, right? If we have a bucket and when it's full and overflowing, we feel healthy, we have vitality, we have resources. And if we've got holes in those buckets, in our bucket, we're going to leak energy. And so that's where we're not going to have enough resources. So what HRT, the hormones are like, is like putting more water in that bucket. But if we don't address those holes, no matter you're going to put in, and it's going to go right out. So when we address the holes in the bucket, lifestyle, stressors, foods, like all the different things, we're plugging those holes, then you're going to feel better, you're going to fill up, and then the hormones will actually be more effective. And sometimes women don't end up needing them, or if they choose to go off them, they're not going to go off and have the same symptoms they did before. So complementary treatments approach it from a deeper healing perspective, where we're looking at your body like an ecosystem and looking to support you in your unique balance, because everybody's different. That's why no two people have the same symptoms around midlife and menopause. So you understanding your body for short-term and long-term. And another thing we just need to address too is hormones work in a larger ecosystem. So it's not just hormones. Hormones are kind of, I say they're like the canary in the coal mine. So if something else is off balance, often the hormones will show up, but they're more like the end of the chain once it's already off balance. So if you think of health and longevity like a pyramid, the base of the pyramid is the foundation. And then as we go up, it's not so much of the foundation, but it's part of it, a part of the pyramid. So at the very top of this pyramid, you actually have your hormones, estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. But the base of it is our adrenal health. Our adrenal health, I've done so many videos on this, our nervous system. If our adrenals are depleted, because this becomes our primary way of producing estrogen in particular and hormones post menopause, if that's out of alignment, it's going to affect up the chain. Got your adrenal glands, then you've got your insulin levels, you've got your thyroid health, and then you've got the hormones at the top. So if you're not addressing those other things, if they're actually off of balance, then your hormones are going to be off of balance. So they work in a larger ecosystem. I've talked a lot in different videos about sleep, about blood sugar, our liver function, our gut function is so important to producing healthy hormones. Our nervous system, the root of it all, I swear to you. And our world is like very intense. There's a lot, even though we think we're supposed to be able to handle stuff, we really are not set up to live at this intensity. That's maybe not helpful because it's like, well, I have to, what are you telling me? But then there's like little things that we can do to help signal safety, take some of the stress off the nervous system. And this can come through food. It can come from many of the nervous system resetting tools that I do. There's come through herbs, through lifestyle medicine. There's just a ton that you can do. So food, lifestyle, holistic tools can really help to support the ecosystem and rebuild the hormonal balance from the root up, not just singly focusing on hormones. So if you're taking hormone replacement, you want to look at this bigger ecosystem that is you. And midlife and menopause, perimenopause, it's not just about hormones. This is part of a bigger transition. This is part of a life stage transition. We have several of them. Birth gets us into the world. Then we have puberty, and then we have midlife and menopause. And I really think of it and look at it like it's a bit like a filtering station. It's going to it's a bit of a shedding, right? So midlife and menopause, we're going into a new stage of life. We don't have as much energy, but we do have energy. We also have the wisdom, the insight, the experience, having lived now for a while. And we know it's like, I don't want to do that. That feels good. I'm not putting up with that anymore. And there's a lot of like, I can't spend my life worrying what you think about me so much anymore. And I've got to start living my life. So these are just a few things. If you're interested in this kind of way of looking at it or want to know more about it, I have a free talk coming up in mid-July that I'll put the link in the show notes. And it's juicy, let me tell you that. But it does require us to take stock of our life. And this can show up in our physical life, our emotional life, spiritual aspects. We are complex, spiritual, soulful, wise beings that are in a physical body. And so all of us gets called to show up in a different way. Everything I say gets put under the microscope. And if something's not working or we're living in a way that's no longer meaningful, doesn't mean it never was, but if it's no longer in alignment with who we are now or where we want to spend our energy, it's going to like right there in front of us, it's going to let us know. So it's not just about hormones. And I will say that when we're living out of alignment, it's going to show up through the ecosystem and can definitely affect the hormones. So that's really important. We also want to build resilience for long-term health. So as I said, hormone replacement can help with symptoms, current symptoms, but it's not going to help long-term health, nourishment through our food, breath, rest, energy practices, the yin and the yang. We say the qi and the blood in Chinese medicine, our vitality, the radiance and vitality that can come through this process and set us up for longevity long-term. If we're not addressing the root of that, we're missing some of the juice that comes from this stage of life. It can be juicy. It can be really powerful. It can be challenging, as so many things are. If you've given birth, I think you know that that's a challenge, but there's something valuable at the end. If you have kids who are teenagers right now, going through puberty, or if you remember being a child in puberty, I regularly go to my mom and just I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. I was a bit of a jerk at times. But it got me to a place I needed to find my own wings. That's what puberty does. And menopause, it calls us up, and we actually can find strength that we didn't know we have, direction, clarity. So it's that long-term health we want to look at, and also not just getting rid of symptoms. And I totally know that if you're having symptoms and they're debilitating, it's real. So I'm not saying don't get help for symptoms. This is what I do from a more Eastern medicine perspective, is I help women with those symptoms. And I know that hormones can be really helpful. And so if you're finding help with that, that's amazing. And so we also want to look at long-term dependency. So are the hormones affecting us long term? Does the dose work for you? Some people are on, like I've said, what some of my clients are on the dosage, but it's not fully working for them. It's helping a bit, but they still have symptoms. And if you want to be on them for a shorter duration, or if you ever want to cycle off of them, we want to make sure that your system is balanced so that you're going to feel good when you go off of them. And that's where all the lifestyle, the food, all the other supports are really going to help you, so they improve the receptor sensitivities and the hormonal responsiveness, and it's setting you up for long-term health and not being dependent on the hormones. And I think one of the biggest things with the holistic work, particularly that I do and that I'm committed to, is it reconnects you as a woman to yourself and to your body. So often we give our power, if you will, away to someone, like, fix me, tell me, oh, you know more than I do. And I think that we are incredibly wise. We know ourselves better than anyone else. And when we can put together connect the dots of what's happening, what symptoms mean, how we're contributing in our life, it can be so powerful. Otherwise, we're sort of like, this is happening. Oh, it's part of menopause. I guess there's nothing I can do about it, or not really understanding how we're living is contributing. Such a simple thing, but I'm now 7, 8 years post-menopause, but when I was going through in that perimenopause phase, I had a few hot flashes. And whenever I got a hot flash, I was like, what's going on? And it was often when I was with other people. And it was usually when I was being hard on myself or shaming myself or stressing. I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't have said that. Or, oh my God, I did that. And I would sweat. And then I sort of made that connection. I thought, well, maybe I'm going to stop being so hard on myself, and maybe that will feel a little better. That's just one small example. But when we recognize lifestyle or certain foods or certain things that are working against us, and then we can take back that power and say, oh, I know what to do. And then we start to feel our body symptoms improving, or we feel better, we feel more vitality. You're empowered. And ultimately, that is what I am born to do, I think, and to really help women as much as I can reconnect. And this time of life, I would say more than any other time, is really calling you to connect with your inner wisdom, your inner self, your inner world. This is an inside out job. Society can't tell us what the purpose of menopause is. Society can't tell us what will make us happy. And it's through our symptoms and through our feelings and through our experience that we're going to be able to understand and birth that. Sounds like a lot of work maybe, but it doesn't have to be all the time. And it can be a lot of fun. And the beautiful thing is, when we connect to this part, we're enjoying our life a whole lot better, because it's our unique life. And so when we're fighting it, we're like, I don't really want to do that, but I said yes, so I'm going to do it. And then I feel like shit, excuse me, poop, whatever. I do swear sometimes, and then so it's like, wait, no, I don't want to do that. That's a boundary. I'm going to say no, and I'm going to take care of myself. And people often will say, oh, I don't want to be selfish, but I can promise you, the more you take care of yourself and the more that you listen to what's authentic for you, the more you're going to fill up with your own energy, become full of yourself, as one of my teachers says, in the most beautiful way. Then we come from a place of overflow. Then we naturally give it away. We naturally show up and help, and it's authentic. and we feel better when we do that. So it's really important that you don't give away your energy at this point that's coming from a place of overdraft. You want to come from overflow. And that's what reconnecting to your body, reconnecting to yourself is really, that will be super helpful. And the other thing to recognize is any kind of hormone therapy isn't a one size fits all. It's every person is different. You are totally unique from everybody else. And yes, we know some things, and science is super helpful. And I have so much respect for science and what we can learn, but there's not like a here on hormones, take this. It doesn't work that way. And so it's not every symptom is going to improve with that. And we need to know why. And so it's really about customizing things to your body. So if you're low libido, you are emotionally flat, or you have palpitations or digestive issues, they're all telling you different symptoms, and hormones aren't going to address all those in the way that will really bring back your vitality and health. And a lot of those are telling you the root of what's going on in the imbalance. So there you go. Those are my top reasons. Again, if you're interested in this kind of work, reach out. I have that free training coming up in the middle of July. I do them fairly regularly to really help give you like a deeper dive and help give you some perspective, some tools, and a bit of a reframe on this powerful, beautiful, amazing stage of life. And if you're feeling not well, there's so much that you can do. So if you're not feeling well and you're on hormones, helpful. If you're on hormones and feel well, still work on these things. And if you're not sure what to do, maybe this is a little helpful for you as well. And if you're considering it, but want to look at it from a holistic view. Hope that was helpful for you. It is my joy to share all this with you. Thank you for being here. Share with other women if you think that they would find this beneficial. I'm here to serve and to really help as many women thrive in midlife and through menopause. I call it the radiant woman, because when you do this work, you come out the other side, you are radiant and you know yourself better, and it can be a lot of fun. So there you go. Thank you for being here. Have a beautiful day or evening, and I will see you next time.